Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know I have been too deep into the podcast world and I haven't been posting a lot of reviews lately, but I will be more consistent, so stay tuned. Anyways, Spider Man Brand New Day recently came out, and here's my review on it. Spider Man Brand New Day, I only seen it once, unfortunately, but I do plan to rewatch it to refine my thoughts, and it is decently flawed. However, I enjoyed it a great amount. They nailed down how much more grounded it's meant to be, whilst having a good amount of the MCU's usual comic booky insanity. With all of that plot of the Hulk and the Punisher, I dug how genuinely dramatic and grounded it felt and was. It was sweet and touching and knew how to pull on the heartstrings as well. And the emotions were running high at times too, and there were some satisfying payoffs as well, with some fun action, and some of the much better cinematography and coloring in recent times of the MCU, as well as in general new comic book movies as of late. One of the biggest highlights of things that I enjoyed would definitely be the Punisher and Spider Man's dynamic. I loved that they already had an established chemistry together. It's all so much fun and had me smiling all the way through. They handled the Punisher well enough for a PG-13 Spider Man movie, even if they had to up his silliness by a bit. It's definitely a major factor as to what fed into the idea of how much more this movie feels connected to the actual MCU, and in general feeds into the factor of how comic booky this all feels. Because as a Spider Man film, with its plot and groundedness of it all, and all of the characters that featured, and the villains he fought, especially in mini montages as well, it beautifully shows how connected it is to the world of the MCU and in general Marvel. I can certainly say it is the most comic book esque Spider Man film out there, but as a whole, it is definitely not one of the best Spider Man films out there, and it is definitely not the best, too. Performance wise, the biggest praise that I can give, I honestly believe this is Tom Holland's best performance, including The Odyssey. And I do enjoy The Punisher and John Bernthal, but he was just okay in here. If anything, this just shows to me even more of how much of a one-trick pony of an actor that John Bernthal is. Which is a shame, but it's the harsh truth. Now on to the flaws. Don't attack me, this is just my honest opinion. I do know how much love this film is getting, so it is kind of a shame that people think that I'm attacking them for giving my own personal opinion. Anyways, we got another cliche recycled morally grey villain. It works for what the story and plot is in the end, and for Spider Man's character arc and journey, but that does not mean the villain is good at all. In the world of filmmaking, writing is ultimately key. There were some decent and genuinely good and touching writing in here that especially helped elevate the drama too, but overall the writing generally feels all over the place and it's so messy. It's saddening to see how much shit was thrown in the air and didn't land, and the storylines just didn't continue. And in the vein of the good writing that was happening, it makes it all the more ashamed to see how they just wasted characters like the Hulk and Scorpion. Like, why just half ass the Hulk and Scorpion? It is good to see the Hulk angrier than ever now, but there's barely any depth, and it's just like, that's it? And Scorpion was such a throwaway of a villain to the point when he's fighting Spider Man, it's not even actually him who's fighting Spider Man. The villain herself feels like it's something purely pulled out of Stranger Things, and everyone ate that slop up real good. Then we also have the half assed Aunt May flashbacks, which didn't make me feel anything at all. Like that aspect, including the stuff surrounding the villain, generally felt so meaningless because of how soulless and such nothing those scenes were written as. It is such a shame how the MCU can improve on visuals and cinematography and action, and even if they improve the writing in some aspects, it still ultimately lacks. I mean, it is nice to see some effort being pushed in here, but when you remember how much budget is being spent on these movies, you can't just settle for this type of quality. Anyways, just my all in all thoughts. This has got a ton of enjoyable aspects, with some great highs dramatically and emotionally, including the satisfying action packed scenes. And honestly, it does feature some of my favorite moments in the MCU in recent times, with some genuinely good, raw, emotional moments that feel so earnest and earned and rewarding. Especially since the MCU did try to pull off similar stuff in recent times, but it just fell flat terribly. That's what makes me appreciate those aspects all the more. So yeah, if you have still not seen the film, I would honestly say it is highly worth the watch still, because not only did I really enjoy it, I still think that you might even like it more than I did. It's just not the best or one of the best Spider-Man films out there, unfortunately. I liked it a good amount and that's it. My overall rating so far might be a 7 or a 7.5 out of 10, but we'll see what happens upon rewatch. If you guys have seen Spider-Man Brand New Day, what are your guys' thoughts on it? Be sure to comment down below and hit that like button and stay tuned for more content like this and check out my other content as well and hit that subscribe button while you're at it if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time.
I'm just a neighbor from across the hall.
Friendly neighbor.